Hey, it's Kyle here, and today I'll be reviewing The Hunt for Red October by Tom Clancy. But before I get started with this book review, I hope you'll hit the like button for this video, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate the support. The Hunt for Red October is one of my favorite movies of all time. I absolutely love the movie, but I never read the book, and I'd been meaning to for several years, and I'd actually the last few years when I've been volunteering at local Friends of the Library book sales, I always looked to see if there'd be a copy, because there'd always be a lot of Tom Clancy books, but for some reason there was never a copy of Hunt for Red October. So I eventually got tired of waiting to find an old copy, so my family for Christmas always asked me if there's any books specifically I would like for the holiday, and I said, you know what, I would like to read The Hunt for Red October. So this past Christmas, this is one of the gifts I got. So I was very excited to read it. Just couple weeks ago, I should say, went on vacation to the beach. I always read a lot while I was at the beach. So this is one of the books I took with me, and read this book in, I believe, like 2 days. Absolutely loved it. I'm sure many people have seen the movie. It's a very, very popular movie. It's on TV a lot. Sean Connery is absolutely brilliant in it. Alec Baldwin's awesome in it. James Earl Jones is amazing. There's so many great actors. The cast is amazing. I love that movie so much. And I'm happy to say I really love the book as well. So the basic plot is the same. And I'm not going to get to any super details, but the kind of basic concepts in case you haven't seen the movie or read the book. But the basic idea is this book is set during the 1980s, during the Cold War, and the Soviet Union has developed a new submarine, which this specific sub is called the Red October. And it basically has, I kind of like to dumb it down, basically stealth capabilities. So it's very hard for other submarines and ships to actually detect, which obviously makes it a very powerful weapon during the Cold War, when having a submarine that could basically sneak past other countries' navy that has nuclear weapons on it is a little scary. But the captain of the Hunt right up front, the captain for the Red October, when he's going out for his first cruise, actually decides to defect with his officers, and they're attempting to get the submarine to America to basically turn it over to the Americans as a bargaining chip to allow them to defect. The Soviets are obviously trying to stop them from defecting, and that's where the book comes from, hence the title, The Hunt for Red October. So the basic plot concept is the same in the movie and the book. There are definitely some plot points that change, but the main central idea is the same in the book and the movie. So I'm going to get into more like, what I like in the movie versus what I like in the book. The one thing I think I still preferred on the movie. The movie does a lot better job of developing the characters, and you really care about the characters. The best way I can illustrate this, I'm not going to say which one, but there's basically a character in The Hunt for Red October, in the book and the movie, who dies. In the movie, there's a big emotional impact when this character dies. In the book, you don't really feel it as much, because Tom Clancy didn't really develop as much time in this book to really developing the characters, especially a lot of the side characters, where the movie does an amazing job of that. Tom Clancy, instead, he focuses a lot more on the technical details and really fleshes out more a lot of the geopolitical stuff, the technology involved in the Navy, submarines, surface ships, that type of stuff, the dynamics between the military and politics. I think one thing I really enjoy about this book is it explores a lot more of the Soviet political side and the power struggles, and why this crew was inspired to defect, and what was wrong with the Soviet system that basically almost drove these talented officers to defect. Where in the movie, a very basic explanation is given, and that's pretty much it. So I kind of enjoy that the book really explored a little bit more of the Soviet side than the movie did. But overall, if you had to ask me, which is your favorite? That's always, anytime there's a book to movie adaptation, that's always, I think people love to talk about. And I think, for me, it's still the movie. The movie is one of my favorite movies of all time. I really love this book, but it's not one of my favorite books of all time. Now, the one thing I'm saying, I might be biased, because I think a lot of times is which one you discover first. And for me, I've have over probably 25 years or so of watching this movie and being one of my favorites, where I just read the book for the first time a couple of weeks ago. Who knows, maybe if I read the book first, I would like the book better than the movie, but I think overall, the movie's better character development is what kind of makes me like the movie a little bit more. And plus, like I said, Sean Connery is absolutely brilliant. Alec Baldwin is absolutely brilliant. It's one of those movies, I think they almost, you'd have a hard time going and saying like they messed anything up. They almost did it perfectly. And when you do a perfect movie adaptation, and they almost, on elements of the book that was a little weak, they improved on it. So I still have to say I give the slight edge to the movie, but this book is amazing. So first off, I'll say, like, if you've seen the movie Hunt for Red October, you've never read the book, I would definitely recommend it. If you enjoy kind of military fiction or historical fiction, or even I would say kind of like spy, Cold War type stuff, you can like think of like James Bond type stuff. If you kind of enjoy that type of content, I think you'll enjoy The Hunt for Red October. It's a very interesting book, a very interesting story concept that I really enjoy. And I think I will read this book again, and I'm definitely going to watch the movie several more times. So that is my review for the book The Hunt for Red October by Tom Clancy. My questions for the comment section is there a movie that you absolutely love that you know there's a book adaptation of it, but you've never read the book? I'm kind of curious to see what are some common answers. For me, the two big ones that I hadn't read until at least a few years was this book, and then also Jurassic Park. I had never read Jurassic Park until a few years ago. So I think those were the kind of big ones that I'd never read that I finally got around to. There's probably another one I'm not thinking of, but these were the big ones for me. Again, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Thanks for your support. See you next time, and happy reading.